And this is Tech Talk Radio. I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Slick.
I'm Justin.
That's your turn.
I'm John.
All here. It's been the first time in a while that all of us have been able to be here. I think last time it was just me and Slick. Then before that, it was me, Justin, and Slick. And Broadway, you've been doing you've kind of been doing the whole dad baseball thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say it's been great, but it's been hot.
Yeah.
So it's fun, right? You get to spend time with your kids.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Now we should mention that Broadway down here is from Texas, actually in Texas right now. The CEO. Are you president, CEO?
I can't say what I am for this company. The actual owner's a few feet away and may slap me. No, I'm actually just the technical advisor and representative.
All right, for Anytime Com LLC. Also, Justin is here. Justin in San Diego works in television out there, but as a former morning show producer for my morning show and a good friend of the show, a good friend, and Slick down here for Tech Talk Radio down here on the bottom, your bottom right.
Right. Everybody's bottom right. Yeah.
He's got to do
Can we get the Brady Bunch Square things going? Can you tell us which?
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I mean, how else do we do it? You know.
And in the center square.
Yeah, it's like the best I can do. You know. It's. All right, we got all of us in here. Now, if we wanted to kind of start off the show with news of the week, just some of the stuff that was mentioned, but also we want to talk a little bit about, while Justin's been gone, he's been faced with one of the problems that a lot of us are faced with when technology dies, replacement, and the problems that you run into with that. Now, Justin, what happened with you?
All right, so a year ago I bought a TV from Tiger Direct. And it's good TV. It was a Vizio 55-inch LED LCD TV, but it was a refurb. So it came with like a 3-month warranty, taking a chance on it. But it's been a year, but working great. So I turned it on a Sunday. It was a little bit before the Chargers preseason game, and noticed this black shadow bar across about the middle of the screen. It wasn't all the way across. It wasn't completely black. It was just like a shadow. The picture wasn't distorted. So I'm like, oh crap! I think that's the panel. I was pretty sure it was the panel going bad. So I was like, you know what? We can get it repaired, maybe. But if it's the panel, which I think it is, it's going to be just a brand new TV because it's going to be too expensive. So went out that same day within an hour over to Costco, and I was like, you know what? If we're going to do this, I'm going to do it at Costco. I'm going to get the extended warranty. I'm going to, because Costco's a great place to buy.
Absolutely. If you're going to buy any kind of electronics, everybody says that Costco is the place.
Absolutely. First off, they extend the manufacturer's warranty. They double it. So, or not double, I'm sorry. They extend it by 1 year. But then you can buy an extended warranty on top of that. So I went to Costco, looked around. I wanted to get another 240 hertz LED LCD 55-inch.
Wow.
Didn't really matter with the brand, but the only one they really had was a Vizio, again. And talking to the guy, he said, no, you got a bad Vizio, but Vizio is really a good brand. The reason they can stay cheap is because they don't make their own parts. They buy all the parts from Samsung, from Panasonic, and whatever, and they put it all together, and that's how they can make a TV so cheap. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I ended up getting the 480 hertz LED LCD 55-inch Vizio 3D television with 2 free pairs of 3D glasses.
Right.
So I was like, all right, okay, cool. And it ended up being like $1,700 after tax. And that's with the extended warranty. So it's a warranty for 5 years total.
Right.
So got that, brought it home, hooked it up. Everything looked good on it. Just a couple days ago, I got the repairman to come out to my place to take a look at the old TV. And he was like, yeah, it's the panel. Right off the bat, and he's like, "It's going to cost you probably $2,000 to fix." And I said,
"What?
That's $800 more than I paid for the TV." So no, he ended up just taking the TV off of my hands for me instead of charging me the $50 to come out. And he's like, "I'll just take it and I'll scrap it out."
What?
All right.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, it saves me a trip to the dump.
But it still worked. It just had a little shadow on it. You don't think you could have sold it for like $75?
No, probably not.
I picked up a plasma for $100. 60-inch because it had a red glow to it. I love it now because all I had to do was leave it on Fox News or one of those news channels where they have all that bright stuff, and it actually burnt it out.
Uh-oh.
Well, the thing
I'm just saying.
The thing that
No commentary, just facts.
Yeah. The thing
I'm not bringing up old stuff. I'm just saying.
The thing I noticed about mine, the black bar was it was growing all across the screen. So every hour it just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it just pretty soon by the time he came out, the bar was pretty much across. So I knew that it was just going to get worse and worse and worse.
Right.
So yeah, we call it even. So now got this brand new TV, got a warranty. I'm sitting down a couple days ago playing Madden 12.
Oh, you got it. Oh, cool.
Yeah. So playing Madden 12 for the PS3, and now the way I have it hooked up is I got from the PS3, I got HDMI going into the back of the TV. Then from the back of the TV, I have optical audio coming out, digital audio coming out to my receiver.
All right.
So the TV is like the center point. It's a switcher. I mean, everything goes to the TV. Makes it very easy. So I'm playing the game, and all of a sudden the screen just turns black, just real quick, just flash black. But the audio is still there. So I'm like, okay, well, it's not the PS3, it's not the HDMI cable, because it would have both cut out. So there's something wrong with the TV. Oh my God. I'm thinking, not again. So I was like, okay, let me switch to different inputs. I switched to a different input. Sure enough, no problems. Because I could watch my cable, no problem. It was just that one. So I'm like, okay, maybe it was a bad HDMI cable.
Yeah.
Last night, just sat down to watch cable, and same thing started happening on a totally different input. And I'm like, oh, crap, here we go. So, yeah, today I get to go take that TV back to Costco. But
Really?
It's not so much of exchanging it because it's really easy to exchange it at Costco, especially that it's not even 60 days. But it's the process of taking it off the wall, taking the mounting brackets off, putting it back in the box, take the box down to the car, try to fit the box in the car. That's what's
Well, let me ask you this. One of the things I'm just wondering about, what kind of power do you have at the back of the TV? I mean, what kind of surge suppressor and all of that?
It's a Monster Surge.
Monsters are one of the best. I mean, you're good there.
And it doesn't affect any of my other devices. You know, it's just the TV, and it just flashes black just real quick. It's not the power cuts off either. The power stays on. The audio still comes through. It's just the screen itself just flashes just real quick.
And you changed out the HDMI cable with a different cable?
Yeah, we tried there's three different inputs it's affecting now.
Because a lot of people have that issue where suddenly sound drops out, where they're watching something, or it just starts skipping, and they always thought it was the cable company. And 9 times out of 10, they're using a HDMI connection. It's the HDMI cable. It's a cheaper HDMI cable, or it's just not constructed as some of the better ones that are out there. They do make a difference, depending on the cable.
He said cable, Justin, not connection, but cable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. Unless I have 3 bad cables.
Oh,
yeah.
Because
I had this happen
it's happening on my PS3's input, it's happening on my cable TV's input, and it's happening on my spare HDMI. So
right,
I'm pretty sure I'm kind of ruling that out as it's not the cable anymore.
It's got to be the television,
the TV
somewhere there. Now you said you had something like that happen to you, Broadway?
Only on my Mitsubishi DLP projector TV that happens. It'll just sometimes just blink for a second. I still have audio. It happens on my cable box. It happens on my PS3, and just over the air. It just flashes where the tube just quits. I mean, the power light's still on. I just don't see anything or hear anything, and then all of a sudden it comes right back on.
Yeah, and it's only for like about a quarter of a second, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was your problem? What did you do to fix yours?
I have it.
You have it, so it still happens.
I assumed it's a bulb, right? Because it's a projection TV. I assumed, the bulb got too hot, or it wanted to reset itself. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I shut that off.
That is the most sickest ring I've ever heard.
Like the phone's just dying.
What the hell is that?
It's phone dying. It's it's a reference ring if you know the movie.
Shaun of the Dead?
No, it's Crank.
Crank.
That's right. I remember that. Yeah.
Yes, that's a great movie.
Thank you very much.
So
I let it go, and then I placed the bulb. I put a brand new bulb in because I thought, okay, this is going to get worse over time, and it did with the old bulb. It got worse over time, where all of a sudden I'd be in the middle of Call of Duty, or I'd be in the middle of Madden, and literally it just blanks and stays off for a minute, minute and a half, and then all of a sudden came back on. So I said, "The heck with it." I went ahead and let that last bulb burn out. I put the new bulb in, and it happened shortly thereafter. I've also seen this happen on that plasma TV we picked up for like $100 with that burn in. I got a feeling that there's an internal temperature something somewhere that's telling it that it's too hot. Reset, and that may be what's happening.
It could be, but here's my thing. I bought this TV 2 weeks ago. I'm damn well not going to let this happen. I'm taking this thing back. Like I said, I'm not looking forward to putting it in the box. The box barely fit into my car, and I'm talking, I had to remove my subwoofer, lower the seats down. The thing barely fit into the car. Now, got to go back and put it back in there. So,
well, you know what? A lot of people have that same problem whenever they get anything like a computer. Computers, they come in pretty big boxes these days. Printers, monitors, the same situation you're in, Justin. They always wonder, like, how long should they keep their boxes?
exactly. And we actually kept our box because we just flattened the box down, took all the stuff out of it and put it in the closet because it's exactly for this reason. I mean, yeah, I could just take it and walk it right over to the Costco, not have to put it back in the box.
Could you? You don't have to. Wouldn't even have to put it in the box.
No, they take stuff back without the box.
That's pretty cool. I like that. I don't know. I keep boxes, and it drives Gloria up the wall because I'm looking at my shelf right now. I've got a box. Let's see. I've got the V10. Remember that the cooling fan? I still keep the box for that. I have boxes for towers, for motherboard boxes. I keep them all because you never know. One day you might want to move up and you want to sell that, or you want to, send it back, or it looks impressive.
At work, we say boxes all the time. We different size ones, so because we never know what kind of stuff we're gonna have to ship, and we never know what kind of size box we're gonna need. So yeah, we save all kinds of boxes at work. But I live in an apartment, so I really don't have a lot of room to store boxes. So it makes it hard for me to do that. But I keep the most current items that I buy, and I keep them for a couple months. And if it's okay, then I'll throw it out. I'll get rid of the box.
Well, now what about
there's got to be reasonable return policies because I imagine you buy a new refrigerator and it's delivered. I mean, what do you get rid of that box, don't you?
Well, that's the thing about refrigerators. I don't even think they really come in boxes. They just come in cardboard wrapping. Unless there's different. I mean, I don't know. I've never actually bought a refrigerator. I thought they just come in cardboard wrapping, but
I never bought one either. I just happened to see them on the side street. They make nice little napping areas when necessary.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was homeless Slick.
No, Slick. Yeah. I got to ask you. You're in the same situation here. You guys build computers, fix computers for customers. You get motherboard boxes. You get all that stuff. What do you guys do with it?
Actually, there are some shops nearby that want the wrapping, the old wrapping. They take the old boxes, they take the old packing.
Really?
Yeah, one of them's kind of strange because as I remember, there's a UPS store that's like 3 doors down, and they take it, and then there's some other little they have the little bowls, the little cups, and they sell little things you can sit on your table and your coffee table, stuff like that. They want that stuff, so we just give it to them.
Not bad.
So another thing that went to this whole TV thing, I had that repairman come over, and he was a character, but he started talking to me about my TV. He was like, "Well, that was your problem right there. It's because you've got a Vizio."
How nice! I always like that. Oh, that's your problem. You're driving a Honda.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so what's wrong with it? And he's like, well, if you want a quality TV, you got to step up your game. I'm like, okay, well, you talking like a Sony? He's like, no, Sony's the biggest piece of S there is. And I'm like, okay, what are you talking about then? Yeah. He's like, you want a quality TV? You should go out and buy a Bang & Olufsen. I'm like, what the hell is Bang & Olufsen?
Yeah.
You don't know Bang &
Olufsen? Yeah, he was like, you never heard of it? And I was like, no. He's like, yeah, that's about a $10,000 TV, $20,000 TV. I'm like, oh yeah, like I live in an apartment, like I can afford a $10,000 TV.
What is it with these salespeople that just think everybody's got a deep pocket?
It's not even a salesperson. He was just a TV repair guy. He was like, well, I have a Bang & Olufsen at my house. I'm like, congratulations.
Wow.
It's like, hey, he's like, well, you got to go out and buy something nice. It's like the same thing as saying, hey, I need a new car. I need to get a affordable car, and your friend going, have you heard of Bentley?
Bentley.
Well, some of us can afford the Vizio, some of us can't.
Vizio's
Vizio's the cheapest.
Vizio, you know what? Vizio shouldn't be knocked. Vizio builds some pretty quality monitors from what I've heard. But again, you get what you pay for. A lot of people out there, they go and they buy the 60 hertz and they buy, 720p TV. They don't hook it up with HDMI. And then they wonder why my picture doesn't look good as Bill's down there. Well, you look, what did you pay for it, number one? Number two, what components are you using? Are you using a monster HDMI cable? Are you using just a cheap-ass HDMI cable you bought for the cheapest price?
Well,
Monster's really the best, you think?
I have to disagree with you on that, Andy.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
I really did a lot of research on HDMI cables to try to figure out, does it really make a difference? Does it really make a difference
It does.
have... No, it does
No,
not.
it doesn't. No, it does not.
You don't
If
think
you
it
are-
does?
now,
6
I'll tell
feet
you
or
what it
less?
Damn it, you had to steal my thunder.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Damn you.
hey,
I don't like
got
this
something.
new guy.
I got something for you.
Look at the two arguing guys. That both of their cameras freezed up.
Yeah, well, at least he's got a picture. I got a circle.
They even put it in timeout.
Yeah. No, but okay, so if you didn't hear what he was stealing my thunder for, HDMI cables, anything longer than 6 feet, yes, you can start running into some quality issues, and that's where you really want to get Monster. Especially if you're going that 50-foot run, you definitely want to get the most quality. If you're going less than 6 feet, get the cheapest HDMI cable you can possibly get. It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah,
Hey,
well,
everything's
I
got
don't know,
its
I don't know
thing.
about that. I don't agree with that. Think about it.
I can show you so much data.
Think about what you're saying. You're saying, okay, so if you're going to go over 6 feet, then invest in a cable like Monster or invest in another device. Why? There's no voltage.
Because you're going to get signal loss.
Well, so you're saying that you wouldn't get any signal loss shorter than 6 feet?
Nope, it's a negligible amount. It's not enough to cause any difference whatsoever. But as the cable gets longer, you start doubling, or what's the word? Componing. What?
Combining?
Whatever the word is, but the amount of signal loss and distortion in the cable gets more and more and more.
You're compromising that. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Professor Andy.
My experience has been, and I've used, I have a Monster.
Go back yet?
No, he's not back yet. He lost a call. He's been locking up because he's using cheap HDMI cables.
What about my video?
Your video's not back up yet either.
Oh man!
But
okay.
But so here's my experience with it. I'll just tell you, and this is why I feel the way I do. And everybody's different. That I understand. But I could take a cheap HDMI cable, okay, and I can run that to my television, to the HD output on my cable box, and yeah, I'll get a picture. I might run into audio drops. I might run into audio skipping. I might run into video drops, and I may not get the best quality picture. But when I've used the products from Monster, and yes, they're very expensive, but I figured I made the investment in the television. Why not have, and not just for cost, but have one of the best constructed cables. That's why I went with Monster. And I know there's some other ones out there that are also good as well, that maybe are a little cheaper. But I just found when I used those cables, everything was fine.
I think.
Hold on. Let me just throw this in
All right,
here and
you
just
go ahead.
because everybody's going, well, I can run it 100 feet. I can run it. Let's not forget there are specifications for cables and connectivity. For example, Category 1 cables for HDMI, 5 meters, 16 feet. Category 2 cable, 15 meters, 49 feet. Now continue.
Oh, see, all I'm saying is, Andy, I think there's a possibility that you convinced yourself that you were getting a better picture by getting Monster, and that's what Monster wants you to believe. They want you to believe that, oh, look at the back of this cable, and it has the diagram of how the cable's been made, and it looks so great. But I think you've actually convinced yourself that you've gotten a better cable when really you didn't.
No, but I've seen
more
it.
than 3 meters.
I've seen it. Even on the short run cables that I have, those are the ones that were giving me issues. And so when we finally went out and we invested in a different cable, then we saw the performance change. And, I think it all comes down to that. I mean, yeah, I know it seems kind of silly when you can spend $89 on a Monster cable versus spending $25 on another cable from Belkin or whatever, who may make a fine cable as well. But that's where we saw issues. So I don't know.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue
Yeah,
with that.
I mean-
you saw issues, but I just did a lot of research because I really wanted to know if I should go out and spend all that money. And after looking at hours of reports, data, tests, forums, it just came to the conclusion that for overall anything less than 6 feet, or actually, I think it was like less than 3 meters, you can get whatever you want. Anything more than that, you'd have to start really upgrading the quality of the cable.
And Slick, that's kind of what you heard too.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading off of I mean, it's the specification from HDMI.org.
Right.
That's right. So after y'all kicked me for taking his thunder, I'm back.
I told you that's what happens.
Anybody want to buy any cables?
You're the FNG. You can't be doing that kind of stuff.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
F them all.
Gotcha.
That's funny. Now, do you find the same thing though with regular cables, with S-Video, with
Absolutely not. No.
component
Totally
cables?
different. Totally different.
I disagree.
You disagree on that too?
I tell you, anything in audio, video, I found that as long as you're within a certain footage, I won't even go with the 6 foot, so I won't get kicked again. But everything has its limits, and every cable's built for the application. I go with the old motto that, used to, back in the old days, whenever everybody started doing these car audios, they put these large woofers in their car, and you had 15 feet to get from the trunk to the front. They would use 18 gauge wire or 20 gauge wire, and you start hearing Monster. That's where Monster came. Monster started back then in the audio world, and they built higher thread copper, higher gain capability for power. So you started running 12 gauge and 14 gauge. True, it helps you with sound quality. True, it helps you with power and ground situations, but it's all based on the length. If you are going a shorter distance, you don't need so much copper. If you're going a longer distance, you need more copper and more grounding. That's
and
just
more shielding.
common. It's just
It's electrical engineering.
It's electrical engineering 101, and I don't care if it's Monster or if it's the $4.99 HDMI Fry Special that I get all the time. You can get an HDMI cable 2 meters long or 3 meters long for like $9. That, as long as it's going directly from your PS3 to your TV, and your PS3 is within 3 feet of your TV, I don't care. I am 99% sure you will not visually see a difference.
Okay, the only thing I'm going to say is, haven't you both said that you've had issues with your screens?
Whoa there. Way to
You're
spin
going
it
there?
back.
You're going to go there? You're going to go there? Seriously?
Yeah, but they weren't even using extenders.
Because
thing
I
is,
have a cable
three
that I
different
can
problems.
with.
What was it? All right, so Broadway, what were you saying? You have what?
I have a Monster cable on my PS3 upstairs.
All right. Do you have any-
The only reason I have it is because I had it extra, and I used it. and then, when I replaced the bulb, I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll just go with these cheap Fry's ones to go for all of them, because I have 3 connections just like Justin. So I said, you know what, I'll just use these cheap Fry's special ones, and I still had the same issue. And actually, I don't know. Don't get me started on Monster, because that's a whole nother argument.
You think they're one of
Monster's
the?
overpriced.
You think it's one of the companies that is a little overpriced and maybe
A little?
overmarketed?
A little?
Way overmarketed. You're paying for the name.
Yes, you're paying. You're getting Jordache jeans of wire. Come on. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Jordache?
Yeah, we're older than you.
The hell?
You are going. You know what? I got a word for you. This is the second time. The third, you better get ready for the mute button. I'm just telling everybody right now. You do it one more time.
What
I'm
the
going to
hell
say.
is... I'm going to Google that. What is Jordache?
Oh, Lord. While you're looking it up, look up Calvin Klein.
Angel Flights.
Or Sassoon.
Oh, this is old stuff.
Sassoon. Oh,
Sassoon.
Sassoon. Yeah.
Ever heard Fruit of the Loom?
All right, let me ask you. Do you think then we run into the same problem though when it comes to the technology of Intel and Apple and AMD when it comes to what exactly is our processor? What does our processor do? The dual core, the Core 2 Duo, the i3, the i5, the Phenom. I mean, do we run into that same hype though when it comes to our computer?
Personally, I think maybe to a certain degree, but the thing is, they make it so difficult to understand everything that you kind of just have to trust them. Like, okay.
I think you're leading into a better point, though, Justin.
Yeah.
I think you just nailed what I think maybe Andy's referring to is how much of it's marketing and how much is it true technology these days. I mean, when technology started for all of us, I think it was more pure than it is today, because you definitely get a lot of marketing hype out there. When you have China making 90% of our technology products in the same province, and yet that same product has 40 different manufacturers that put a different label on it, they all have to make sales. And I've clearly seen in the market share a product that costs $29 in one store and $299 in the other store, and yet it's the exact same product. That's scary.
Yeah. Well,
That is really scary.
And it makes
Capitalism
you-
at its finest.
How many of the consumers out there get kind of suckered into this and think, well, gosh, I've got to have the i7 when really the i3 for their applications, or even the 7700 or even the Core 2 dual core can still work for them and do some of that. Is this a product that expands and they can look at in the next year and still have that same kind of performance level with? I mean, is everything up to snuff when it comes to your PC? And I think that's we're really kind of going down the right road here, because we're talking about confusion in the marketplace for the consumer. You talk about Monster Cable and that being an area that's tough. Well, it's got to be the same thing for the consumer when they're standing at the shelf looking at a rack computer going, I don't get it.
Well, I think Newegg has that perfect commercial right now, and I don't like sponsoring anybody else, but they got the commercial where they show this idiot saying, I don't know, and he's trying to sell a computer to the end user, and the end user's just asking him basic questions, and then Newegg comes and says, hey, come to us because, hey, we'll give you real people with real reviews.
Absolutely.
I do think that's where our economy / technology buying power needs to go, is to where users speak on behalf of the product, and you got to go with it.
Absolutely, Broadway. I mean, you've touched on a point. That's exactly what's happening now with buying almost anything. Not even buying, but restaurants and businesses with social media networking, places like Yelp, those kind of things. That's what you're seeing is reviews all the time. Yeah. And so this is how people are now. Reviews have become more important than ever.
Yeah, but you can
and when you
hear
from
reviews.
a user, from a person that just bought it for real life, and it's just another Joe Blow just like you. You look at it and you say, okay, this guy really, he's nothing special. He's not he's not an Andy Taylor. He's not a technology expert. I'm sorry, I'm kind of hyping you up there a little bit. But he knows what he's talking about. Yeah.
Go on.
So he knows what he's talking about. Yeah. But when you see his review, it makes sense, and you're like, okay, I trust this person.
Yeah, and it's funny because from time to time we'll get we'll get copy in from some of the companies, and you read some of the copy that they send you about their product, and you could take it and you could copy and paste it word for word verbatim, and it's really building the product up. I think Slick is seen it. I haven't seen it yet. There's a tech guy on one of the TV stations in town that does reviews, and apparently he does reviews, but he doesn't actually use the product.
He never. I was waiting for him to say something like, I turned it on. He's never said, I did this and I did that. Notice he's always reading like from the press release, like going, it's sitting right there. Plug it in.
Didn't that happen recently where the host said to him, so what did you think? And he said, well, I don't know. I haven't tried it yet.
Exactly. It's happened more than once to this guy. She sits right there. She goes, and what did you find? He goes, well, I haven't used it. I was like, why are you people sending him the stuff? Hello, here we are, right here.
Well, even we did a review, not a review, and I think there's product kind of features, and then there's reviews. We did one for Panasonic. They've got that new Lumix 150 that's coming out. They sent us the information. We disseminated. We thought, this looks really good. This looks really good. We didn't do it as a review. We did it, and we posted it up on our website. We're trying to get more of that stuff going. If it's a review, we'll write a review. And a review will say, we either liked the product, or we didn't like the product, or here's what we liked about it, here's what we didn't like, here's what could have been fixed, here's what we're really excited about. I mean, that's what a review is about. That's what I like about Newegg. I like that you can go to Newegg and you can actually read these real-time reviews that people are posting up there saying, hey, I bought this motherboard. It really worked for me, and this is the reason why I liked it. I mean, when you go on there and you could read that a motherboard, like say, like the ones I've been buying recently for some of the HP repairs that I've been doing, the AS Rock, which is a good board, replaces a lot of the dual core boards that they had, the real cheap Foxconns that went out. Those things, I needed to find out what size are they, what connections do they have, do I have a place to connect the memory card reader, all of that stuff, and that was what I found on Newegg when I was doing my search. I like to shop local, I really do. Problem is, number one, the guy locally wouldn't match prices. Okay, I understand. He's got to pay for products, and he has to cover shipping if a product goes bad and all of that. But number two, there's nowhere I could, get a review like I can on Newegg. So in many cases, sometimes I will do that. I will go ahead and if I've got a couple of days, I'll order it and have it shipped. However, the downside to it is you got a problem with it. You got to pay for shipping for it to go back, or you got to have it shipped back and have a replacement part, come back to you. If it's a local store, you just drive down there and they do the exchange. So it's one of those things.
I kind of use Newegg for the reviews. I don't order a lot from Newegg or from Tiger Direct for that matter. But the thing is, you
bought a TV from Tiger Direct. That blows me away.
That's the one thing I bought, and a laptop, and I still use the laptop. My point is, who would you rather listen to? One guy who's trying to sell you the product, who's working for the store, or the 1,000 people out there that have used that product?
Right.
Yeah, but if I just posted something in my Twitter feed.
Did you?
Within the past couple of days, we picked up, let me see, it's a Linksys RE1000 Wi-Fi extender, which was just a joy out of the box.
How come I think that you're just pulling our leg there?
Let's just say I knew I was in trouble when I called the telephone number. Well, first, I knew I was in trouble, too. One, when there was no handbook in the box.
Right.
I did find it, downloaded it. And two, when I called the number and I heard the accent. I knew that things weren't going to go well.
Did you read my Twitter?
Hey, buddy.
I think I posted a Twitter post. One of the last Twitter posts I did said, I'm trying to call Cisco to get information. Like I said, trying.
Yeah. Linksys, Cisco, same difference. Exactly same company. But it's one, Andy knows this. There's one thing I will never get over, even when I'm dead, is the fact that, like with Apple will send Walt Mossberg products to review. And again, I don't know if he's ever used the product, because when Apple sends us the same product, I'm going, oh, look at all this stuff that we found in here. And Walt Mossberg never mentions it.
Yeah.
Yet he gets all the stuff because he was with the Wall Street Journal.
Right. And they're usually the ones that have the news before anybody else. Sometimes, I'm not even going to go there. But yeah. We've both had our thoughts about Walt. And there's other reviewers out there that, they kind of latch onto. And, they give them favorable reviews and they receive the products. That happens, We get products, though, and we're happy with it when we get them. I know we have some stuff coming our way that we're going to be looking at. And, and it's not to say, we've had products that have come in that we haven't liked. And, my mom always told me never say anything bad about somebody, but if you're, say, a good review, to me, is one that points out the nice factors about it, if there is some, and points out the factors that disappointed you. And if you're not happy with it, what is it?
How about just pointing out the factors? That would help.
Yeah, just pointing out what it was. Well, I told you, I wasn't a big fan of the Echo phone, the LG Echo. I think I said why. Battery power, clunky. The screen wasn't that bright. I think there was a lot of issues there. Now, sometimes, a lot of times we can call the companies and ask them, say, hey, you know what? Why is it doing this? And they'll tell you. And it's up to them to kind of give you the proper. The proper instruction on how you're going to get the most out of this, and hopefully the salesperson at the store that you buy it in also is going to know that. Hopefully.
What the heck was that laugh?
Well,
I'm laughing because a lady came crying into the shop this week.
Yeah,
just crying.
Right.
I got a stool for her. I got her some juice. It was bad. It was really bad. She walks in, and this, I'm sure this happens at any department store, but this is a department store in a military installation. It's called the BX, the Base Exchange. Mm-hmm. She'd already had an event. She already had a run-in with the MP with the SPs at the gate, but the whole ID. So she was kind of shaken about that. So she gets she bought her laptop back in May, at the BX, the Base Exchange.
All right.
She got and the screen is busted, so she comes in to get some help. They give her no help. One of the customer service agents for the BX actually catches her, brings her to me. Okay. And we stand there, and she's she's shaking, tears are rolling down her eyes, and I had to try to understand what they were talking about. Well, okay, the computer's broken. She takes it back to the base exchange because she just bought it in May. There should be a warranty, right?
Right.
I guess not. But in addition to that, the guy who worked at the counter in the electronics section, which is called the power zone of the base exchange, literally just basically told her, hey, if you want this $400 computer fixed, you're going to have to give us $600. Now get out of here.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. She's just like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do. And I go, okay. So now I got to explain it to her. You bought the laptop. It was a display unit. They gave you a deal. The warranty on the base exchange was 30 days. If you brought it back within 30 days, they had to give you your money back. But it's past that. You didn't buy the extra warranty, so you're out of luck on that. However, what they didn't tell you was that maybe we should check with the manufacturer of the computer to see if they didn't even go that far.
Oh my God.
I mean, this lady was just tore up emotionally. So I sat her down. I did the research for her. I got the serial number, the model number, the telephone number. I told her what to say. I gave her a card. Hey, listen, if you get confused, give me a call. It was bad, man. It was horrible.
The thing is, I think consumers have to be armed with as much knowledge before the product sale and after the product sale. Because I think this happens. I mean, where somebody buys something slick and they just think, well, I didn't buy the extended warranty, and a hard drive maybe dies 2 years down the line. Just I'll throw it away, buy a new one. And they don't realize that that product may still be covered under a warranty. Some manufacturers do 3-year, 5-year warranties. I mean, and I don't think consumers really understand that. They need to do the research. I had a customer, same thing, brought it was a Dell laptop, and completely dead, the whole bit. So I went online, and they said they didn't have any warranty, etc. Went online, found out that this laptop had an extended warranty on it that was issued by Dell because there was a recall on the board. And
DV6000?
Yes, I think that's the one. And because of that recall, they ended up getting it replaced. But they wouldn't have known otherwise, and I could have taken them to the cleaners and said, no, I got to replace this, blah, blah, blah. And I gave them the laptop back, said no charge. They've got or here's a number you want to call. They'll be able to take all that information for you. And that happens. I mean, you guys did it, and I think they've got to be armed with that knowledge and how to find out if there's recalls. Same thing goes with people's cars.
Yeah.
Believe how many recall notices come out on your cars. People probably don't know that they can actually get those recall notices. I thought it was funny the other day. I logged into Progressive. That's who my insurance company is. All in. And got the plug bell right here. And it actually had product recalls for your vehicle on there. And I just thought, well, that's kind of cool. Yeah. They recalled the driver. All right, I wanted to talk about something this week. AT&T. The Department of Justice has said if AT&T proceeds with this merger of T-Mobile, they're going to sue. So basically, they're going to block the merger for AT&T and T-Mobile. And I thought this was kind of interesting this week because you had a lot of people on one hand saying, no, you should be letting this go through, and another hand saying, thank God, because this would have killed my deal with T-Mobile. I left AT&T and went to T-Mobile, or blah, blah, blah. I know that Sprint's very happy about it. Verizon probably also very happy about it. What does this mean to us as the end users?
Got me.
Yeah.
Got me.
I don't know.
I don't think it doesn't mean
Monopoly?
I'm not necessarily sure it really means anything. I mean,
More higher prices.
Monopoly. I mean, guys, look. Justin's not old enough to know what happened to AT&T before it was AT&T.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So let's not go there again.
Please enlighten me, old one.
They were called
Mr. Jordache.
Southwestern Bell. They were the Bell family. They were broken up by the Justice Department in the mid '80s. They became Pac Bell, Southwestern Bell, Atlantic Bell. There's like 6 of them. I think they broke them up into 6 different categories. Then in 2000, right after Microsoft and all that stuff went away, I guess, or big companies realized the government can't sue you if you make more money than the government. AT&T decided to start consolidating again. They brought all the Bell families back together, and then they started buying up smaller service providers. WorldCom, MCI, all that old stuff.
Right.
So now AT&T is the global leader in communications. There's not a company
doubt about
bigger.
that.
There's not a company with more fiber, more copper, more land assets alone than AT&T.
Well, in many cases, let me ask you, John, you might know this one. Doesn't some of the carriers that are out there that are providing service for, Quest or Verizon or CenturyLink, whatever they're called now, don't they actually lease some of this from AT&T?
Well, I mean, there's this whole joke about the Public Utilities Commission, the PUC, in every state, right? A little company like myself, I want to be able to resell phone service. I want to be able to resell internet service, and I want to be able to resell TV service. But I'd have to go lease that service from Time Warner, Comcast, AT&T. And you know what they charge a small little company like me to be able to join their little game? It is a tremendous amount of money. But to their big buddies, their the Suddenlinks or the new names of all these other companies, they do it because they bring a market share. So if I had 100,000 customers, they may give me a little piece of the pie, but they'd rather keep you out of the business completely.
Right.
So it's a market. It is a hateful market that they set up for each other. Because, I mean, look at AT&T and Time Warner. They're going at it like this. I mean, they've been fighting each other for a while. And Time Warner has a lot of capabilities. I mean, they got a lot of copper in the ground, too. But they do share. They do share backbones and bandwidths on the internet side through Time Warner, through Time Warner's telecom division. They do share. And they pay each other back and forth to keep the little guys out.
Wow.
It's a horrible game that's played.
So the person who loses out is the business, a home, the ones that want the analog, the traditional phone service?
Well, let me put it this way. You could go ahead and ring your ding bell all you want, but my vision for our company, Anytime Com, LLC, would be to provide everything a customer needs, from cell phone, long-distance local for a home phone, TV, high-speed internet, unlimited, and all the channels you can get for $1.99 a month.
Right.
The first company that can do that will win.
That's all about.
It's ridiculous. You pay $100 a month for your cell phone. You pay $100 a month for your internet. You pay $100 a month for this. $100 months. I mean, it's ridiculous that we pay this much for all the same stuff.
Well, usually I think what you have, you wouldn't want a company providing all of that because then you're in a monopoly situation, right?
No,
not
per se. Let's think about it this way. Is Walmart a monopoly?
No.
Why?
Well,
there's other stores out there that sell the same product.
Yeah,
that's right.
Target,
it's a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
It's if I could be
good point. One-stop shop. Yeah.
Right.
If I could be a one-stop shop with a competitive price, you're not considered a monopoly. Monopolies are when you become egregious and you do not give the customers choices.
Right.
That's the problem. There's nothing wrong with capitalism and one-stop shopping.
All right.
That's the ultimate goal. Of
flip it around on Walmart. So, okay, you're saying, monopoly is when you don't give the customer options. Well, look at what Walmart's doing to their suppliers. They're not giving them options.
You don't have to tell me. I got you.
That's
I used
if
to
you
work
want
for a supplier.
Yeah.
So are you trying to say then, I mean, is that the only way it's possible to get communications to follow that same suit is you start bullying the suppliers of the communications into, no, you will provide this product at this price, and this is, how much we're going to pay you to provide us this product so we can resell it.
I think that if there was a company out there big enough like Walmart to push the communications companies, you would see technology prices drop tremendously.
And who can do that?
As you said it earlier, it's capitalism at its finest. Supply and demand is you know what? I mean, if you have the supply or if you have the demand and you go to the supply and you say, look, I got 100 million people that want your product, but they're not going to pay $1.99 a month. They're going to pay $19.99 a month. Do you want to make $19.99 a month times 100 million, or do you want to make $1.99 a month times 500,000?
So, like, if you were in a situation where you are in a small town and you are the company that does communications for that town, then you probably have that ability to kind of force your hand a little for somebody who wants to come in there and provide service.
Well,
but it isn't that kind of the theory? That's what Walmart is. They get into a neighborhood. They are the biggest game in town. They're driving the people there anyways. So if you want your product seen, it's the same thing that happens in the grocery store. You pay, and I don't know if this is a rumor. I've heard it's real. People pay for where they want to be on the shelf.
Yeah,
Yes.
no,
You know.
that's true.
No,
Yeah, they do.
They
Yeah,
do. They do. I mean, I look at it this way. It's the same telecom, at least telecom and TV. Let's just talk about this whole industry here. It's the exact same as the gas stations. For some reason, they all seem to have their own pricing matching right around here instead of you really price dropping. Computers, you can get a Dell for $399.
Yeah.
You can get a Lenovo for $399. You can get an Asus for $299. You tell me, why is it memory and motherboards and all the components in that price war game, but we can't get gas or we can't get telephones or TV to go the same route?
Regulations.
They claim it's regulations. They claim it is.
Let
You
me show you this. Let me you before you go out and you buy a rack system there. I don't know if you guys could see this. This is the Foxconn board that came out of the HP that we just take a look at how thin that
Other
board
camera?
is. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I was showing you that. I've got two cameras here, one for the guys so they can see what's going on, and then one for obviously you guys that are watching this cast. But you look at how thin that board is. I could probably pull down another board. Hold on, here. Let me grab this real quick.
You know I'm going to blank my video out, or if the customers don't mind, or the customers, if everybody doesn't mind me drinking out of my pickle jar. You guys got me on you got me on a complex now, drinking out of my pickle jar.
It looks like pickles. It looks like green, and it looks like there's something floating in it. It looks like pickles.
You can't go and buy good glasses anymore.
No.
For us rednecks over here, you know, it's old men that like to drink out the bottle.
You drink your shine out of it too.
You know what I like? Classico.
No, I don't drink alcohol, buddy.
Classico spaghetti sauce boards. Those are our bottles. Those are good.
You got board on the brain.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but here's a different board. This is from Soyo. There's a little thicker board. You're going to find like some of the Asus high-end boards are going to be a lot thicker on the board and also of a different material. And a lot of that makes difference when you're buying a computer.
Thicker the board, the more traces and layers, the better insulation. Again,
less
back
feedback.
to the old wire.
Yeah, the whole wire concept.
Mm-hmm.
So
you were talking though. You did sort of you were segueing into choice and value, and you brought up AT&T. Can we segue into my problem?
absolutely.
Can we segue one more quick? Talking about AT&T though, just real quick.
All right, go ahead.
I just want to plug a website that I found. That's all.
It's a website you found?
It's a website I found.
Okay.
It's the coolest website. I'm really addicted to it right now, but it's called antennasearch.com.
Antenna search. All right.
Yeah, so basically you go there and you plug in your address. It'll pop up with all of the cell phone towers and antennas in your area. And it has Google Maps and all that stuff, so you can pinpoint where the tower is. So I'm sitting here, I plugged in my address, I'm looking at it, it says, oh, there's a tower across the street. I'm looking across, and I'm like, holy crap, there's a cell phone tower that I never noticed right across the street. But it's pretty cool. So you can kind of see all the cell phone towers, and not only just AT&T ones, but like privately owned ones. So you might want like it. Check it out, antennasearch.com.
Okay, I like that. Antennasearch.com. Good one. All right, now let's talk a little bit about Broadway's issue, because you've been dealing with phones from AT&T and having a kind of an issue with them.
Yeah, we Are you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard it blanked out for a second. I was like, "Uh-oh, we're gonna."
No, I had to mute my microphone.
Okay, so me and my wife and family have 4 kids, and 3 of them have phones.
Right.
One of them wants a phone, but he's only 9, so I'm not doing it.
No.
He can have this without it having internet. Anyway, we went with the iPhone 3GSs when the iPhone 4s came out.
Okay.
And we had switched over from Sprint, which is a story we'll share along the old lines. But we've been happy. I've been happy with the iPhone. It does what I need it to do.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike anybody else, I may be tech savvy, but I am a regular user at this point. To everybody listening, I am as dumb at this stuff as you are when it comes to what really benefits me and what doesn't. And we were talking about this with marketing and the hype and all this other stuff. My iPhone the only choice we get with ATT right now is because we have 5 free upgrades. We can go with iPhone 5s. Or I'm sorry, 4s, or we can use some of these new Android phones. So they sent us 5 phones.
5 phones.
5 different phones.
All right.
I have the the Samsung Infuse, which is right here. My
wait,
wife has
wait, hold on. Bring that back up. Wasn't that an LG? That's a Samsung?
It's a Samsung.
Yeah.
Samsung.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Big screen on that.
It's a huge screen. Here's the iPhone 3.
This is the 3GS, right?
Yeah, this is the 3GS. Let me. I got to get off that photo. Hang on.
All right.
So, right.
Pull back a little, and then there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Let me get the button here so you can see the screen says. That's top to top. Bottom is, as you can see, even more.
A little bigger screen on that.
Lot bigger screen.
Samsung.
The wife received the HTC. Forget the name of it. Evo. Thank you. The son has the Atrix, the Motorola Atrix.
Ooh.
The daughter has the BlackBerry, and the other daughter has the iPhone 4. Now, my question to the panel: what do I do? Do I stay in the iPhone realm, or do I switch to the Android side?
Oh God, no. Oh God, no.
Go ahead and get it out of your system, Justin. Go ahead, get it out.
Apple.
Stay
there.
Apple.
Stay
Really?
Apple.
Stay
Seriously.
Apple?
The Droid is hyped up. It was really supposed to be the iPhone killer.
Yes.
We use them all at work. We have, as Andy was saying, I work in TV, so we give all of our reporters Droids. We give some of them have the Evo, some of them have the other Samsung one, I think. Whatever. Anyway, so we give them to them to take out in the field. They have cameras on them, so they can go breaking news at any moment with Ustream or whatever. Take videos and send them back to the station. The Droid just sucks. We've got so many that have crashed on them. The quality of the phone itself is just not as good as the iPhone. And frankly, I've had the iPhone since the 3G. I upgraded to 3GS, then I upgraded to the 4. Planning on upgrading to the 5. I love it. I just love the iPhone.
So that's my problem too. I've never been a big Mac person, but the iPhone I love. I love the stability of it. It has never crashed truly on me. I like that I can jailbreak it.
If you want to.
If you want to, you can jailbreak it. The only thing sexy about this phone right here is the screen size. As soon as I started loading over 20 or 30 apps on this thing, it started croaking. I started noticing it, and it does. It has a lot of programs that stay running in the background that I'm like, why did you leave that program running instead of killing it?
Well,
Apple does that too, but they do a very good job of managing the memory.
Right. And so I already had made up my mind that I'm pretty much going to stay Apple because I didn't want to have to change.
Yeah.
Change is, as you get older, change is harder, especially when you're comfortable with it. But now here's my other problem. The AT&T rep who's selling us our phones with our free upgrades says, we don't have a release date for iPhone 5s.
No, that's coming out next month.
Exactly. And I'm like, lady, I don't want to pay $199 for this iPhone 4 and then turn around and have to buy a $400 iPhone 5 when I can get it at the discounted probably $369 is what they usually give it to you when you renew a contract if you're in the middle of your contract piece. So my greediness wants me to save this for an extra month, but she's saying, we'll give you 30 days.
No, okay, I had that same thing. I bought the 3G. That was my first iPhone. I bought a 3G. 31 days later, the iPhone 3GS come out. I was pissed. So I went back to the store, took my iPhone 3. I was like, look, I want to go to the 3GS. And they're like, well, it's been 31 days, sir. You have 30 days. I said, don't F with me. I was like,
F you all!
It's like, don't F with me. Give me the 3GS. And they were like, okay. So they got me the 3GS. So
I haven't had my coffee. You don't know.
Don't F with me! I will kill you!
Even though the iPhone 4's out, though, I'm still running the 3GS. I didn't go to the 4 because I always like to wait one rev.
All right, you guys, you Apple guys, you've had your speak. How about us?
Don't call me an Apple guy.
How about us Droid guys?
Don't you dare call me an Apple guy.
Go ahead, Droid guys. Let's hear it.
All right, now, Slick, I know you have a Droid. I have a Droid. I use the Droid. What do
Love the droid.
What do you think, Slate?
Okay. Well, no, there's something to be said. I'm not going to take anything away from the iPhone. I mean, it's a good product. Can't take anything away from it. Never owned one, but from what I can tell, it's a good product. Yeah.
Right.
When it comes, when it's just like though the old classic Apple versus Microsoft, open versus closed. Still, somewhat. I mean, the Droid is more open. Like you said, it crashes. Yeah, but it's still more open. My recommendation for the Droid would be, in the case of you're looking at the iPhone 5, I'm kind of, doing the radar thing. Is there a possibility of getting a cheaper Droid and moving to the iPhone 5 at some point within reason and without a lot of expense?
No, I don't think so. Especially within the contract, I don't think you can do that. I don't know. John? Is there a way that you can do that?
I cut out. Say it one more time. What was the question again?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out if there's a way for you to get just a phone to get you by, like a cheaper Droid or a cheap Droid, until you can get to the iPhone 5.
Well, he's got the phone. It works fine right now.
My iPhone works fine. We're up for contract, though, and she's trying to say we have 30 days right now to decide on a phone. Once we decide on a phone, we're locked in on our 2-year agreement. I do not want to lock myself in this 1-month period whenever I am pretty much, unless I can find a phone that's going to be better than the iPhone 5 or 4GS, whatever they're going to call it.
They're not going to. No,
let me ask you this though: what is going to be your estimated cost when it comes to your unlimited data, text, and phone?
So we, as Justin likes to refer to me as Grandpa, are
I said Obi-Wan Kenobi. All right, that's what I said earlier.
We are grandfathered in with our contract we signed with AT&T because I luckily signed a true unlimited family plan.
Right.
You guys do know about the new unlimited family plan,
hold
right?
on. I want to hear what he's going to say.
My unlimited family plan does not have a data limit, text limit, and or use limit.
Neither does mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, what does it cost on it? Do you mind?
I think we pay $149 times plus the add-on that we did for the warranties. I think it comes out to like $180
times 4.
No,
really?
It's for all 5 phones.
Can't beat that. And see,
No,
it would suck if you moved because you tried to come back to that. You're not going to get that.
Oh no! I mean, that's the big thing we're sitting here stressing because Urban wants a phone, and Urban is 9 years old, and I keep telling Urban, you can. I don't want to tell you what I actually tell him, but it's
because it makes you look to be the mean dad, doesn't it?
It makes me look like the
He's
hot
9 years old. He doesn't need it.
We're old school around here. We talk to the kids like they're adults. What the hey?
Yeah. All right.
I tell them no, you don't need it.
Let me say one thing. I use Droid. I've been using Droid for quite a while. I'm using the Samsung Fascinate. I love it. However, I will say, especially when I tried the other day to log into my Gmail or Google Talk on this, I couldn't do it because I have like 3 Gmail accounts. It was a pain in the butt to do. And when I saw what was running in the background when I did this, I was shocked. One question I have, and I don't have an iPhone 3GS or 4, battery life. How long does battery life generally last you throughout a day of, say, minimal, or not minimal, but medium use?
On the
What's
iPhone?
medium use?
Medium use? You text, you maybe check out a couple of websites, and you use it for phone conversation.
I charge my phone every night. So the morning comes, I have a full battery, and by the time I go to bed, and I'm talking, I get 50, I'd say about 40 to 50 emails a day. During the week, I get even about 70 emails a day. Wi-Fi access all the time because I'm either at home or at work, so I have Wi-Fi on the phone. And I get about maybe 20 texts per day. Really don't talk much on it. But with that being said, my battery has about 25% life at the end of the night.
I find it harder, and now Broadway, I want to hear your answer, but I find it harder to sync my Droid with my computer than I did with the Palm. The Palm was phenomenal for that type of feature, which,
Exactly, but wait a minute. You don't sync. What's sync? What software? Did you get software for your Droid?
Yeah, you could sync it to Outlook and do all of that stuff. You can do that,
but you can't back up the phone entirely, can you?
No, there is a backup feature.
Hey, good point, Justin. Thank you for my sales right there. I get
done.
being the father, the
Wait,
head
do
coach
I have
of
arm
the-
curtains? No, I just.
Wait a minute, I got an asterisk on that though. Hold it, Justin. You don't get away that easy.
Yeah.
You do not get
Yeah.
away that easy.
Okay,
If
I'll
you haven't-
let John finish first, and then Slick, you're up next.
being a father of 4 and just between the kids, we're pretty active on talking to each other. I have the same situation as Justin. This is my business line. Everybody, I've had this phone number for 12 years. So I probably deal with 50 to 100 calls a day. Even on the weekend, I'll probably deal with 30 calls today. I have received probably 7 texts since we've been on the air. I do have it connected to the internet and the like, and I do just like him. It's a matter of fact, it's charging right now. I leave it plugged in. I go to bed every night around in between 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. every night. So I plug it in when I get home. I get home usually between 10 or 11 every night. The day is done. I plug it in, let it sync, keep it plugged in until I'm done. This morning I unplugged it, and I have never seen my battery life go below 25%.
Wow.
Ever.
Now, granted, I have seen my battery life go down, and that's when I'm at a place where, for instance, just a few days ago, I went to my first Chargers game. Inside the stadium, not the greatest cell phone coverage. I've got 1, maybe 2 bars of coverage. The phone gets hot. Not hot like you can't touch it, but it gets warm because it's searching so hard for a signal, and my battery life just goes to S completely.
Yes. And also, if Urban gets a hold of my phone and plays nothing but games, he can play Angry Birds. I've watched him in a car ride down south. We took a 4-hour. It's about 3.5, 4-hour trip. He was playing on the phone 90% of the time.
Right.
The phone got to 10% after that. So 4 hours of heavy use is all day long. 8 hours of light or medium use, and light use you could go 24 hours. Maybe I've actually went 3 days with not charging the phone.
Oh, all right. Cut that out.
What do you got, Slick?
All right, Slick, you were going to say something too.
I got a mental problem with this Angry Bird. I don't play the game, don't intend on playing the game, but I know the theme, and every time it comes up, it just sends me off.
Oh, it was so funny. Just a couple of days ago, we were on a big client meeting with Tribune, and where's my ding? Come on. There we go. Thank you.
I'm looking for a ringtone on my phone.
Get on it, Andy.
I'm looking for
So
a
we were on a
ringtone.
big client meeting, and we had our phones on, and with us like a 2-hour meeting. It was the most boring meeting ever, and we were on playing Angry Birds, and we had the thing muted though, and all of a sudden, somebody I think I stood up or something like that to go to the bathroom, whatever. I came back and I brought my phone back on, brought back up the Angry Bird, and then all of a sudden you hear the the little bird going across the screen. All of a sudden, everybody stopped talking. Was like, who was that? And I'm like, oh crap! Somebody had unmuted my phone, and I sent a flying bird across the screen, and everybody was like, okay, who's playing Angry Birds?
Never.
That's like you
Never
wanted
leave
to
your phone
comment something.
unattended.
You wanted to comment something about the phones.
Yeah, please.
All right.
Well. First of all, this is. I was going to mention. I had a couple of comments. One, which is just an aside. I'm the kind of guy who needs to charge his PDAs 3 times a day, and I'm getting to the point to where I'm needing to charge my Sprint Epic 4G Galaxy S at least twice a day, and in the car as we're moving along. I'm a heavy tech user, heavy addicted, mainline baby, mainline. So. I mean,
You check Facebook status with it and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, wait. Well, wait a minute. Hang on. You haven't seen what I've got handy dandy that somebody gave me as a gift. These are 12-volt battery packs that have a belt that you can put around your
Oh my
waist.
God!
That's all he needs is something else on his belt.
I knew he was going to have some sort of a charging station on his belt. Oh my goodness!
I tell you, he's a kid in the Verizon commercial.
Yes, kind of present control.
That is out of control.
So, well, here's the thing I don't want to ever let Justin forget. Remember, I mean, if you're in an Apple world, everything is wonderful. Apple to Apple, plug it in, the Apple MacBook Pro, and it sync it, it's great. But if you're in an Apple Windows world, there are things you've got to consider, especially iPhone, iPod Touch to Windows. To sync, you have to sync with Outlook. That's context calendar as
False.
well as notes. Okay, tell me why.
I'm in a Windows world. I got an iPhone. I
Yeah.
plug it in. It syncs completely right away with iTunes. Everything's backed up on that.
No. I'm not talking about iTunes. I'm
Okay, what are you talking
Calendar, contacts, and notes.
Okay, I sync it with the Me software.
There is software that comes with the iPhone.
.me, yeah. And then
The .me. All my
Okay,
contacts
when did
and
that
my
happen?
calendars
Because
are
I've been
stored on the .me.
It's stored on the .me. That's on the internet.
Yeah, but it's an online backup. It's stored on the .me, the .me website, whatever. But yes, I understand. Yeah, there's an option to do the sync with Outlook and all that stuff. Yeah, I see that.
Right. This is my issue. See, I got spoiled with Palm. Palm gave you the Palm desktop. You can sync. I mean, you plug it in and you sync it. Everything's backed up and sync. I got spoiled. Now you're telling me I have to sync to the cloud. What if I don't want to sync to the cloud?
Yeah. See, that's one thing that I think a lot of people are going to miss about Palm was just how easy it was to coordinate that syncing.
I'm not going to miss Palm at all. Sorry.
Oh, I am.
I
think
I was too young for Palm.
What were you saying, Slick?
Oh, I just pissed off Slick.
This whole too young crap is about to stop. 'Cause I can guarantee you. You may have hair there, buddy, but your hair is dyed and it doesn't make you look young just for any reason. You can try to hide the little grays you're getting, but you aren't that damn young. So don't keep trying to blow smoke up you know who.
Broadway, on your way to San Diego, pick me up.
Yeah, right? I'll tell you where I live. Come at me, bro.
Here we come.
Chargers.
Here we come.
I'm just ecstatic because before the end of the show, I have been able to download the Crank ringtone. And
come on, that's my ringtone.
I've got it, buddy. I just grabbed
it
it. I grabbed it at zedge.net. They had it up there. I love it.
You guys are
But
horrible.
no, see, that's the cool thing about your phone is you can do that. You can just download a ringtone and put it on the Droid. Okay, with the iPhone you can't.
You can't?
Yes, you can.
If you jailbreak.
No.
You can even do it without jailbreaking?
You can go to the right website. You'll get it done.
Okay, what's the right website? Because I'd love to get a couple custom ringtones.
All right, hold on. Let me find it.
Here's mine.
And can you do a custom text ringtone?
It will text them to you. Well.
No, I mean, because I hate.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, we can't change the text. Well, no, it tells you how to without jailbreaking, but you got to use a program called something Monkey.
Monkeys?
File Monkey. Man, I haven't done it in a while. I need to redo this though. We will catch this on another episode, and I'll show you how to do that.
Please let me know.
Because I had mine jailbroken and I unjailbroke it, and there was a program that you use that allows you to connect to your iPhone without jailbreaking it, but it lets you see the file structure, and you have to dump the media files in those directories appropriately to be able to let you see the right ringtones. And I'll find that website though.
Have you guys found out what the deal is with this Apple phone? Look at this, battery low already. It was plugged in last night. This Apple iPhone that went missing from a San Francisco bar, has this been a hoax or what's the deal?
Supposedly.
Yeah.
That's just a marketing ploy. That's what happens every year. So it's going to be like, okay, what bar are we going to have the phone lost in this year?
But on whose part? Whose part was it? Was it a marketing ploy on Apple's part, or was it somebody from like Gizmodo or one of the other companies that want to get the press out there? I'm sorry, guys at Gizmodo. I didn't mean to mention you guys, but I mean, is it? How does that work? I mean, who puts out the word? I mean, doesn't somebody file a false police report? Is that how it works?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I just think it's just going to become a tradition now with Apple. I think they're going to start doing it, and people are going to follow them. I mean, they're just going to keep repeating themselves every year. It's going to be like, what bar is the phone going to be lost in this year?
Right.
Nobody's helped me out with my joke.
What would you joke?
Everybody's been trying. I posted on Twitter and Facebook. I was hoping somebody could help me write the rest of it.
What is it?
All I've got is the beginning.
How was it again? It was.
Two Apple technicians walk into a bar or something?
No. It just starts out. An iPhone walks into a bar.
It got picked up.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen was there and picked it up.
Or
that was
an
weak.
iPhone prototype walks into a bar, sits next to the iPhone 4. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
Nobody. Nothing. Crickets.
Nothing.
Thanks.
Nothing. Crickets.
Hey, by the way, Broadway, I think I found the because I've used this program a couple of times. It's probably not Monkey's audio, but I think you're talking about Media Monkey.
Media Monkey, that's the one. Thank you very much.
Media Monkey.
Media Monkey. Thanks, Slick. Us old folks still remember good stuff.
That's right, Broadway.
And that's why,
Back in my day, we used Media Monkey.
in our new closing theme, Ray Conniff and his singers.
Hello, monkey. They're playing media.
Oh Lord, I need to get a different camera. I look really red when I laugh. I think I'm gonna get a hernia.
John, you mentioned you said
All that
I
heart
have to do this
medication.
I have to do this. What?
Say it again. What's up?
I think he locked
Andy
up.
was being what?
No. That's you, Andy.
Oh. What? No, I said it's Broadway's heart medication. That's all. That's what he's read.
Oh man.
Okay, that ain't funny because I do take heart meds. You know that.
Uh-oh.
That's
I
it
forgot.
close to home.
Sorry.
That's personal.
Uh-oh.
Here on my computer desk, I got my pills.
So I'm going to pose a challenge here, John, to
Oh,
you.
God.
Go ahead, buddy.
So you obviously are, well, you live in Texas. So living in Texas means you are a football fan, and you're a Cowboys fan. I'm a
Yep.
Chargers fan. You have a
Okay.
PS3.
Yep.
I have a PS3.
Get those
Do you have
names and
Madden
let's
12?
go. Let's go.
Do you have Madden 12?
I will go buy it today to spank your ass.
Yes! It is on, son.
All right, Justin, you got to tell us. Obviously, you've played it. What do you think about it? Is it a big change from Madden 2011?
2011 was bad enough from 10.
Yeah.
No, okay, here's the thing. It's really, they improve a couple little things here and there, and then they destroy something else completely.
Great.
So,
Great.
yeah, but the problem with Madden 12 is the frame rate. Honestly, it just looks shoddy. And it's not the game. During the gameplay, it looks great. But it's during like the presentation mode, when it's like the after the play happens.
The
and they show
cutscenes.
the cutscene between them, they're
Oh,
just
man.
crap. And they're like, oh, this is the big part of Madden 12 is, oh, this new presentation mode makes you feel like you're in the game. No, it makes you feel like you're playing back in Super Nintendo days.
Maybe you need a better
you're playing
HDMI
like 20
connector.
frames a second. They're like, tick, tick,
Okay, so I'll go buy it. I'll go buy the game.
Right.
okay.
How long are you gonna get me to get? How many days are you gonna give me to get used to it though? How many games can I play before you actually call it official?
Tomorrow.
0.
Wow.
I've only played like 4 games. I got homework and all the other things I got to get
How
done.
many games did you play on your 2011?
I haven't played 2011 for almost a year. I usually keep Madden around for 3 months and then I get bored with it. So I sold 2011 back in 2010.
Okay, I'll get used to. All right. You'll definitely have it for the next show. I'll go buy that damn thing today. I will spank his ass before next Saturday.
Andy, we need some way to record this.
I'm just trying to get those shots set up right. I hit a button, the next thing you know, you guys are gone.
Are there some services or programs out there so you can record it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's
Yeah,
like,
there
I
is.
mean, yeah, I could even-
Hypercam. Try Hypercam.
Yeah, but I don't. How are we going to hook that up to a PS3?
Why don't you two just get cameras and aim them at your television?
Oh, hello.
I have a 73-inch that I'll play on when I spank his ass, so I can put a video camera behind it and record the whole
Hey.
thing if you want.
I've got a high definition video camera right here that I'll put up so that way you can see the detail on how bad I beat you.
Okay.
Ding, ding, ding. Ding,
All right.
ding, ding,
Hey,
ding, ding.
I tell you what. You really want to go Charger base? You want to put some bets out there? We could even take this a step further. I tell you what. Whoever has a better winning season this year, at the end of the year, you have to wear a Cowboys jersey and be on the show, or I have to wear a Chargers jersey and be on the show.
I like
How about
Deal.
that?
Deal.
I like it. I'll pay for the jersey.
There you
There you
go.
go. There you go. Nice.
There you go.
I got it. Yep. Virtual handshaking.
Virtual handshake. Higher best winning average for the end of the season.
Got it.
Fair
All right.
enough.
All right.
You know what's funny about that is, and we got to get back to technology. We are Tech Talk Radio. But
No,
we're talking
wait.
about
Who's
But-
going to
but-
buy? Are you going to buy the jersey and send to me? And
No,
I'm gonna buy one
said
and send
I
to
will
you?
buy the jersey. I'll pay for the jersey towards the end of the season.
Okay.
Although my how long has it been since you both received your Tech Talk Radio shirts?
Never.
Wow. He didn't even offer me one. How'd
Yeah.
y'all get one? That wasn't in my contract.
You get one too.
But there's one thing I was going to mention though is it's funny because ESPN is actually rating the Chargers to go and win the Super Bowl, not win the Super Bowl, but to go to the Super Bowl this year. They're not even showing the Cowboys get to the playoffs.
We're
So
not even
good luck
showing
with that
ourselves.
one, buddy.
Hey, I already have a different bet. I got a different bet because when you live in Texas, we have two teams, the Texans and the Cowboys. And we have a bet with our Texan relatives that They say if the Texans have a better winning average this year, we have to buy them and make them a steak dinner and put on their jerseys while we serve it. So it's all fun and games for those in the technology
absolutely.
world. This is what happens outside real life. You bet on football.
Fantasy football. Let's tie it back into technology somewhat here. There we go. Fantasy football.
All right, I want to talk about a couple of things. If you check out our website a little more regularly now, you'll see that we're posting a lot of links. And how we do this now is we're posting the source that the links came from. That's the first line, and then the story itself. And there's been some pretty good ones. One of my favorites this week is a story from a website. Especially if you've got a new DSLR camera, which I'm one of those, and I'm still learning the camera. The website is called youarenotaphotographer.com. And if you guys check out this website, it is absolutely hilarious. It's all about, trying to be creative with your camera and really not understanding composition, lighting, and all of the things that affect a good photo. And if you're somebody that likes digital photography, likes looking at photos, you've got to check this website out. It's almost like the people of Walmart, except it's all in photos done by photographers.
Oh, good Lord! There's some disgusting pictures.
All right, what website is this?
Page. No, seriously.
What is it?
youarenotaphotographer.com. Now,
Is this like peopleofwalmart.com?
well, it's like it, but it's
but the pictures on there are just disgusting.
it's photos done by photographers or people that are claiming to be photographers. And there's a lot of people out there that are trying this now because you can get a good camera, a really good camera that can do high megapixels but a lot of people think that makes the picture better itself. But that will say, hey, I'm a photographer now. Hire me, and they'll just go out and shoot a wedding their first week with a camera.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, so that's the whole thing, and it's a lot. It's a lot. It's all about composition. It's all about setting up the shot. It's getting the right angle, getting the right lighting.
That
getting
second
everybody.
picture on the homepage is
That is horrible. That is just foul.
and I'm not talking about the quality of the picture.
I'm not either.
Yeah. So
I'm talking about the quality in the picture.
So take a look. Listen, there are some things you can make look better, and some things you can't. And that's
one of them.
Unfortunately, and then there's sometimes people take great photos, but if the
click on it, it enlarges.
Yeah, I know. Like it gets getting larger.
I was waiting for Broadway to fall off of his chair. Like,
Oh my God, that was perfect. That was priceless. There.
Oh God.
I have to click on it. It enlarges.
I have 3. You guys know I'm on 3 monitors, right?
Yeah.
No.
So,
Yeah.
here. Look.
heart monitors or?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh God.
Hey, since
wow.
you went there earlier, what the heck?
I forgot
Oh, nice.
though. Look at that. That's great.
That's nice.
He's got a little matrix screen going there.
And
Hey, can we make that barbershop photo thing where you see within a window, within a window, within a window?
Yeah, we
We
could do
try
that.
that?
Yeah, we could do
Try
that. Barbershop Quartet. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. One of the
Sorry.
other. So you got to check out that website.
I digress.
We all do. It's all right.
Wait. We have to share that with the end user. So.
Oh, the picture you guys are
the bad
showing?
picture you're talking about.
All right, go ahead. They can go to the website themselves too.
Oh God.
Lovely. Come on.
Come on, guys.
Do you have to? We could enough. Jeez.
Get it away. Get it away. Kill it.
You got to check out this website though. It's really good. A lot of great tips there and information as well.
I gotta
I
take a
haven't
pill.
had breakfast yet.
All right.
I gotta take a pill.
Yahoo is doing a story about websites and your computers, and the question they asked is, does your keyboard look like an everything bagel? And if you look at your keyboard, look between the keys, what do you see there? You probably see hair, food.
Dead mouse.
I don't see hair on mine.
Of course not.
Family show, right, Andy? Family show. Okay, then I have to pass on this one.
Slick.
Oh,
Slick.
I knew where you were
Remember
going.
what we said before the show?
We just went into the gutter.
Anyway, you see all
Okay.
this stuff in your keyboard. They're talking. They did a survey about
my
people's
gosh.
eating habits at the desk, and you'd be surprised at how many people at work eat at the desk. What are you pulling out of your keyboard?
Is that good?
What is that?
dust.
Hold
and
on. What the heck is that?
Ick.
Dust.
Dust.
Get away. Whoa. Hey.
Oh, that's not good.
But doesn't
there-
everybody eat at their keyboard at work?
Well, that's the thing. It really shouldn't. I mean, honestly.
There's a
Well,
lot
wait
of
a
things
minute.
done at keyboards that shouldn't.
Let's not go there.
Well, the one thing that people do, and this is bad, is they'll spray their keyboards with the that canned air. You're going to find there are actually vacuums for keyboards that are going to work much better in that respect. When you spray that canned air on there, that gets on the keys, and believe it or not, there's a chemical compound to that will stay on your fingers. And if you happen to just, you're eating a sandwich and you go a little too far, and you get some of your finger on there, you're going to taste that. And it stays with you. And it's not a good taste. So just remember that when you're, working on your computer.
You know what the best thing is for a keyboard?
What is it?
I went to Sears and Roebuck and bought a 30-gallon air compressor in my garage.
Right.
And I put a water separator on the line. If you just happen to have a house that has a compressor in it, take the keyboard outside and spray it with that. And you'll be amazed what comes out of it, because you got to have serious air blowing in or out. I mean, I've vacuumed these things. I've used every Dirt Devil, Dust Devil, Dyson. I've used all of them, and they do not take out like when I take
Put it in the dishwasher.
When we bring a customer's computer into the home office or the office to work, I'm still going to have a compressor at our other shop. You blow them out. I mean, before I even bring them on the tech bench, I blow PCs out.
Because there could be stuff in there.
There is.
Let me tell you, the
Wow.
tumbleweeds I experienced last week were amazing. I have never. This one woman brought in 5 different towers and said, "Here, you can have them." So I took them, and they were nice towers, nice equipment. So I took 2 of them out there, the identical make and model. I took them up, I opened the door, and it looked dirty, and I'm like, all right, but I'm outside with a like, I think it's 100 pound air compressor or whatever, and I'm outside, and I go, I'm not lying. I mean, balls of just stuff. I've never seen that before in my life. It's the stuff that comes out of the dryer. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
The
Lid
little
balls.
filter.
Yeah.
It was huge.
Being technology, though, we should give a warning, though, to those that smoke around electronics.
Yeah.
The smoke does not leave the inside of a PC.
No, it sticks right to it.
It actually sticks to it and actually starts to build itself up. So if you can do anything but smoke everywhere else but your computer room, I would advise you not to.
Or just don't smoke.
I don't want to tell everybody. I mean, but I had a customer who smoked religiously. I mean, they were heavy smokers, and I literally got sick after working on their PC because when I opened the case, they had, and I'm not kidding, that thick of tar buildup on the inside of the PC, and I was cleaning it barehanded, and I ended up getting the doctor called it a burn, almost like a burn, and some of it absorbed in my skin, and I got sick. No joke.
Wow.
No joke.
Let me show you this. And Slick, we both know the person that had this video card. They smoked, and they smoked generally about probably a pack a day, I would think. This is a video card that they had spent probably $135 on. I mean,
Can you show it to the other camera?
I'll show it to the other camera in a second. But if you look, it burned that fan out completely, because what happened is that nicotine junk gets on the fan. And I'll show it to the camera to the guys, but it gets on the fan. And what happens is it starts clogging the fan down and starts slowing down the fan to the point where the fan eventually doesn't spin. When that fan doesn't spin, what happens is that GPU basically overcooks and it cooks itself. And that's exactly what it did. It cooked itself to the point where it just burned out the card. And the only way you could fix this card is to put a new GPU on it, which you're not going to do. You're just going to chuck it in the trash. You can't even send this back to a company. If you send it back to PNY and said, I get a lifetime replacement, they're going to look at it and say, no, there's smoke damage on it. Obviously it's not caused by our defect. It's caused by smoking. And you can look at it. You guys can't see it. The card is actually still and this is after about 3 years maybe ago that we pulled it out. And I kept it for this reason to demonstrate. But this still has the actual marks, the smoke marks on it. You can see it. Mm-hmm. And we're not talking about smoke from it being on fire. We're talking about smoke from somebody smoking around it. Yellow. Remember the old yellow CD-ROM drives?
Yes.
I took a yellow CD-ROM out of another computer, and that one actually was it actually wasn't a yellow CD-ROM drive. It was white. But it was yellow and brown by the time we got to
disgusting.
it. Now, let me ask you this, and this is a good question because we have photos, and I want to put them up on the website of other computers just recently that I've cleaned. How do you guys clean out a computer? People will say, "Well, how do I clean it?" Now, obviously, you could take it to somebody like Slick, and Jose, and they can clean it. I do that. Anybody that fixes them, John, I'm sure you get that once in a while. Somebody calls and says, "My computer's acting bad. It's it's heating up. It shuts down." That's one of the first things I look at is how clean is the computer? Where is the computer? How do you guys clean them?
The very first thing I do when we bring them is blow them out. And I'm talking every orifice on it. Fan hole, air intake. I don't care how custom or
USB
how.
port.
Literally, we'll take the front. I don't have a case near me, or else I'd actually demonstrate. We could demonstrate this on air. I can bring an air hose in here and do it with a cleaner PC, but really, we take both side panels off, front and back, or I'm sorry, left and right. We take those two side panels off, and then I take it outside on the patio / concrete area or in front of the shop, and we spray from front to rear because most PCs were built to inhale, exhale, inhale from the front, exhale out the rear, and I also make sure after I blow all the front out, all the CD trays, USB ports, like Justin said, we blow around the CPU. We blow, make sure that the heat sink gets clear of debris. We blow all the cables. We blow all the hard drives. We blow all the floppy, whatever they have, all the devices from the backside. And then we just keep, it's almost like washing from top to bottom. You blow from front to rear. You just keep pushing the dust back. And then we also, the last thing I do is I blow out the power supply. Both directions, because the power supply actually will suck air in on the bottom. Some of them are, they come in from the bottom side and then they blow out the back, but you have to push the air in and it gets kind of jacked up.
I want to make a point here, and I know Justin's got to get going soon, but I want to make a point that this is something that really, if you're not comfortable with opening your computer, you really shouldn't do. You also got to be very careful. Your computer has a lot of what we call jumpers, and they're small little devices, small little connectors that bridge electronics on your motherboard that tell it, hey, don't do this, or do this, but don't do this. And if those get blown off of there, finding out how to put them on correctly, you actually could render your computer dead.
Well, that's why I tell people not to vacuum either. You can suck them right off, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, hold the fans when you spray the air. You don't want those fans spinning. It's a good way to burn out the bearings on those. So just remember that. I don't know if you've heard that, but yeah, hold the fan down before you spray any air on it.
I actually spin them. I don't blow the air directly on the fans. I spin them because you get buildup on the fan. You actually get dust buildup, and it makes the fans wobble and burn them out. I've actually had better success with letting them spin free of dirt, blowing them, letting them spin free, than allowing them not to be held and trying to wipe each one, because you end up warping the bearing. That's the bearing. Spinning them is not the problem. It's the weight on one side or the other. Just like a ceiling fan starting to wobble in your house, you got to level it out with the. At least that's my experience. I've only been doing this for years.
I've always held the fan, so I don't know if that makes a difference with some of the newer technology.
Well, you hold your fan. I'll let mine blow.
All right. Any other points this week? I know, Justin, you got to get going.
I think I'm good.
All right, good deal. Slick, anything from you?
Yeah, a couple of quick hits. All right, let's see. I think through the rest of the day, you can get 16 gigabyte flash drive, SanDisk flash drives at Radio Shack and Best Buy for
how much?
$20.
What?
16 gigabyte? That's good.
It's been going on all week. Yeah. Yep. I think today's the last day.
Too bad my hunting camera won't take anything that big.
Well, no, they're not. They're USB flash drives, not cards, not the SDs.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, I thought it said SD.
Flash drives. All right.
No.
Great thumb drive. That's good for kids going back to school.
Yeah. And then one last thing real quick today that looks pretty good. This looks like it's going to be free at least till the 10th, maybe the 15th. If you go to winxdvd.com/giveaway, you can try out this WinX DVD Ripper Platinum Streamer Edition.
Okay, that's good. What does it do?
Oh, well, you rip the DVDs to AVIs, MP4s, and also they toss in, which is it's free anyway, I guess. They toss in, there's a streamer option so you can stream it to iPad and an iPhone.
All right. And anything else from you, Broadway?
Nothing. I'm gonna go get Madden 12. I'm gonna spank
right.
Justin's ass.
Good.
I'm gonna get him I'm gonna make him wear a pair of Jordache jeans with that Cowboys jersey at the end of this. I am gonna stick with the iPhone 4. I believe that's the route I'm gonna go, or 5. I appreciate everybody's input on that. I do think that the Droid phone I have is sexy, but it may not be for me.
All right. That's it. That wraps up the Tech Talk Radio show for this week. Fun show, guys. We'll be back next week with more of Tech Talk Radio. We'll see y'all later. See you, Justin.
See ya.
See you, Jess. See you, Slick.